Broncos had a big win on Sunday. Yeah. Broncos fans out there.
Seahawks.
Yeah. You're a Seahawks fan?
Yes.
I'm sorry for Malcolm Butler. I'm up 1 yard now. No, I'm a 49ers fan, so it's even worse for me right now. Yeah. No, but Broncos fans, unlike Seahawks fans, they're not bandwagoners, and that's what I've really enjoyed with the Broncos fans. People have been Broncos fans since before 2012. Since before, what's his name, Sherman?
That aspect.
Yeah. But yeah, you guys have been around since the Tebows, since the Ortons, the Cutler eras, maybe even Jake Plummer, if you're that far back. Yeah, you've been around for a while. I understand. I'm a 49ers fan. It's been pretty much shit my whole life, except for 3 years. So by transitive property of where I live, I'm also a Broncos fan, second to the 49ers. I watch the Broncos games every week with my family. My most vivid memory is back in the Cutler era. They were playing the San Diego Chargers. Cutler rolls out to throw a pass and just kind of flails the ball behind him 10 yards out of bounds. And oh my goodness, I have never heard so many cuss words come out of my grandfather's mouth. We were there sitting at my grandma's house. It was my grandfather, who is like a more vulgar John Goodman. That was nice. And then it was my aunt and her two little girls. They were probably like 6 at the time, if not younger. And they're on the floor and they're playing with trains and stuff. Then my grandmother, and then my mom, my dad, and my brother. They're not really important for this story. But, so yeah, Cutler throws the ball, and my grandfather, who never really gets excited about football, leans up in his chair and gets so angry. His face is red. Sounds like Chris Farley from that Saturday Night Live skit about fake coffee. Like, why? You son of a bitch. And then he gets so angry, the words start to like flee from him. That, you motherfucking cocksucker, son of a bitch, I'll kill you. And that was the first time I heard the term cocksucker. First time the 2 little girls heard any cuss words. And my grandmother, bless her heart, she never really gets involved, but I can hear her in the back, she's like, hun, the girls, hun. And this goes on for 2 straight minutes. And I know that doesn't really sound like that much time, but you need to gauge how much time it is. Just kind of stare at a clock for 2 minutes, or listen to like a drunk person talk and coherently try to keep up with them for 2 minutes. Let's kind of be bobbing around them. And the steak didn't eat me, I ate the steak. Hear me, right? They're sitting there like, Lord, how long has this guy been talking? It's gotta be at least 10 minutes by now. Holy shit, 10 seconds? What? I think everyone kind of needs that experience, especially if you're going to be a teacher or a parent. Kind of need to experience drunk people, that way you're ready for children. Because it's essentially the same. I used to work as a doorman in a bar, actually, so I got a lot of experience with that. I know what you're thinking. That small stature, that awkward body type, and that very punchable face, he just screams doorman. Anyway, I'm glad I got you going. Trust me, that's what the big buff dudes did too. You're telling me to get out. Anyway, so I stood outside a lot of the time, picked up drinks, I'd check IDs, let people in, but it was mainly standing outside, and I really got to know the drum culture well. And what I thought was the most interesting, I worked at a very collegey bar, the Penalty Box, if anybody knows it. And so these old guys would come in, and they had no place being there. It's mainly like 20-year-old girls and guys, mainly guys, let's be honest. And so the old guys, I would just go and hit on them, but then they'd always come out to me and talk to me. And my favorite was this guy came out, and he was kind of bobbing, doing the same thing, and he's like, you're doing good with your life. You're going to do something. You're a working man, but I'm a working man too, all right? That's my drunk voice, by the way. I could tell you a million stories about a million different drunk people. The voice is always going to be the same. And so, but then I asked him, I'm like, oh yeah, what do you do? I'm a postman. I deliver packages. I'm like, oh, that's interesting. Like, did you plan on that? Is that what you always kind of wanted to do? No, that was just second best to being a professional pussy sniffer. All right. Good joke, guy, whatever. And then he gets real serious and he's like, don't be like me. Dreams. And then walks away. The first thing I'm thinking, like, was he serious about the pussy sniffer thing? Is that a real job? Like, did he go to school for that and got cut somewhere in the process? Like, this isn't for you. You don't quite have the right palate for this. But, and like, I'm sure that job is not as like glorious as it sounds, and it's probably not that glorious. I guess it doesn't sound that glorious. So the guys out there are like, well, it's money, right? I'll take the hit or whatever. But like, think about it. You don't get to choose your clients. You don't get to choose the size, the age, when the last time they showered was. They could have just got done working out, whether they've been walking around in the hot sun all day. You don't know. Alright, you know. this guy's struggling over here.
You think you're struggling?
What I never understood about people getting drunk was the blackout drunk thing. Has anyone ever gotten blackout drunk? Yeah, I guess it's just us four. Yeah, whatever, guys. But yeah, when people get blackout drunk, it's like, oh man, I don't remember what happened last night. I just woke up, random field, I was buck-ass naked, there were dead chickens around me. You know. I'm like, no. This guy. Yeah, and I'm like, well, I don't really do that with alcohol, but I do it with food. Like eat too much and wake up somewhere. Like, I've never had a day where like 3 o'clock rolls around, like, oh, I forgot to eat today. Like, no, I've been eating all day. Like, I've literally been eating since the moment I woke up. This is my 3rd bag of chips in the hour. What am I doing? No. I went to the grocery store. But yeah, this one time I actually did eat too much. And I woke up in a random people's living room. I was wearing a parka, snow boots, a stocking cap, and no pants. It was mid-July, and the family is yelling at me. They're like, why are you wearing our clothes? Why don't you have pants on? Why do you have an erection? And I started looking down, and I was like, where did I get these clothes? These aren't my clothes. Why don't I have pants on? The erection is from chocolate. I can answer that. My worst night when I was working at the bar was Valentine's Day night. It was actually my first shift at the bar. And if you're at a bar on Valentine's Day, something has clearly not gone planned. So, some snags have hit your road and you've ended up here. No judgment, but it's true. And so you kind of get a gauge of the people that are there, mainly horny college students. But, so as the night goes on, I'm kind of starting to feel it out, get in the groove of things, checking IDs and stuff. And it was super cold that night. And about an hour in, this guy comes up. He looks about homeless. He's one of those older guys, has no business being there. He comes up and says something like, fresh meat, huh? He had already had a little bit to drink. I was like, oh yeah, I'm new. And the guy standing next to me is like, hey, that's Carl. He's crazy. Don't let him in the bar. And instantly I was like, okay, don't let crazy Carl in the bar. So then the other guy goes inside, gets some drinks. And as the night goes on, it gets colder, and I start to lose functioning body parts. I end up just standing there and do whatever is necessary. Anything beyond that was frozen. And Carl keeps asking me, hey, let me in. Carl, I can't let you in. They told me not to. It's my first night. I don't want to get fired. And so then there's flashing lights and blaring music inside, and one of the spotlights starts to go outside, and it kind of passes by Carl's foot, and he's like, what was that? I freaked him out, and I was like, Carl, what are you talking about? And it passes by again. Oh, there it is. And I'm like, Carl, are you okay, man? And then I see, and it kind of does like a figure 8 around him, and like a cat with a laser pointer, he just starts like chasing it. God, Carl's subdued for now. Carl walked away. And I stood out there and froze. The other guy came out and he's like, hey man, it's getting a little cold. Do you want to get inside? And I was like, oh, is it getting a little cold? I didn't say that because I couldn't move my mouth. So I go inside, and I hadn't seen inside before. I heard the music and I saw the lights, but I go in there and it was disgusting. It was just a mob full of people. They all looked like they just got out of a pool. They were so sweaty. They were bumping and grinding, which I never understood, like the grind. I don't understand how it happened. Trust me, I understand why it happens. I never understood how. Like some guy, hey, mind if I rub this on you? Good, that's good. The heat in there was, oh my, there was a certain haze over the room. You couldn't quite see across the whole bar. And it was like a showing of 50 Shades of Grey and a matinee showing with a senior citizen discount. Sauna. You could like wade through it. You could feel it on your skin. That's how humid that was. Sexual tension will do that. And so I grab cups and I start to make my way through, and that was a struggle. I'm getting bumped and grinded. Drinks are getting spilled in my face. People are sticking their fingers up every orifice of my body. Come on. And then I'm covered in sweat, and not my sweat, mind you, other people's sweat. All my bodily fluids were still frozen, trying to hold on to life from outside. And eventually, and I'm holding these 3 cups, and I get there, and this girl starts to back it up onto me, and I'm no, but I couldn't move. Couldn't move my feet, I couldn't move my hands, I was still cold. And then she eventually gets to me, and I was about 5 feet away from a wall. And this girl had some serious power, let me tell you. I felt like a linebacker was attacking my pelvis. But she gets me against the wall, and I was like, no, and doesn't stop there, lifts me off my feet, and I'm stuck against the wall, off my feet, drinks in hand. And I go to panic, oh my God, someone help, guys, help! But no one can hear me because of the fucking music. And then I'm starting to look around for someone to just make eye contact with me and see my panicked face. And who do I see but fucking Carl in the bar. He's down here, he looks like a gremlin, he's eating shit off the ground. There's no food in the bar, I don't know what he was eating. No, you get out! I couldn't move. And then something magical happened, and this girl's stamina ran out. She had been doing this for a while, so she couldn't keep up. She had a song break, she kind of releases, and I've never gotten out of a situation faster. I slide out, I was like a shark attack victim when the shark releases. I'm boom, to the beach. So my beach was outside, back in the cold. I get out there, I grab Carl, I get out. Now, I'm out of breath by that point. I went from freezing to immediately hot and sweating. And I get out there like, what the hell, man? How did Carl get in? And he's smoking a cigarette, and he's like, welcome to the bar, son. All right, thank you guys. I'm Zane Garcia.